This is 2025, January the 3rd, and we're gonna take a look at our in-ground citrus at the back. This is Seto. This is Nagami Kumquat, and this is the I think this is our Miho. Let me see. Owari, and then the Miho survived but not doing too well right there. So we're gonna harvest because it's gonna freeze for 7 days, around 25 or 24 degrees. So we have to protect this in ground. This is their first year in ground, but they're quite old. They're about 4 years old, and they've been in pots, those mineral buckets right there, and I planted them spring this year, and except for this one is 2 years old, and we're gonna harvest these. And thing with citrus is you don't have to harvest, not unless you want to eat it. It's like a refrigerator, it keeps them in there. However, the freeze is going to destroy everything. I'm going to wrap them up, and then I'm going to try to protect them for the 7-day freeze. And if you don't pick them up, I just usually just leave the peel here so that it composes and becomes its own fertilizer. The ants will get to it, like this one right here. You see it, they punctured the hole right there. So we're gonna harvest all this. Okay, so this is Seto, Owari, and then this is Nagami Kumquat. So this is the sour Kumquat, and I can vouch that it is sour. However, if you let it ripen like this, it becomes sweet. Even the inside, the membrane inside, which is usually the sour part, because kumquat you eat the whole thing. You eat the peel and the whole thing basically. Sometimes they do have seeds, but it's rare for this one. And yeah, it's weird. It's not as sweet as the Meiwa kumquat that we have, but there's definitely no hint of sourness when it's this ripe. Okay, and I'm gonna try to get all the ones with the color right here, and then decide later what to do with the greenish yellowish one, because the freeze will hit for 7 days, around as low as 24 degrees for several hours, maybe 5 hours or 10 hours a day. Okay, so I got my basket right here, and I'm gonna try to do this with one hand. Let's see how successful that venture is. All right, normally I would just yank this, and I would have an open kind of peel, but I don't want to do it because this is too many orange to eat, and I'm failing with my really rusty shearer right here. Let's see if I can do it, but see, I don't want to damage the skin, because then I'll be forced to consume all this. Let's see. Okay, it'll cut it if I go really deep. There we go. This one, it's got a hole right there, so the ants, that's gonna be for the ants. All right, let's try this one here. Super difficult. Need to invest in some sort of tripod or body harness for the phone camera. All right, not gonna see the action right here, but okay, we got 2 in there. That one the ants got also, so we'll leave that alone. And we've been snacking on these. So the Seto probably had close to 30 fruit this year, this tiny thing. As you can see, the branches are kind of bent. Nagami went nuts. They always are very prolific. The Owari right here, they're big, so they probably had 20, but they're a lot bigger than the Seto. And Seto size is not bad. All right, so we are harvesting the Owari. Oops. Let's see here. And some of these they've got wildlife don't seem to bother them. They don't know them yet, I guess. This one the ants got, so I'll just leave that in there until I bag them and they get protected later. All right, so far we got a few more here, and the Nagami I can harvest that by hand. They won't get damaged. We'll have two videos. The other one would be the Arctic frost. They're still in pots and a peach mandarin, and those I have to bring in the barn to protect. Can't see. All right. That one is gone. Let's see here. We got one more, two more actually. This one, the ants are about to puncture a hole. But there's no holes yet, but the ants are all over it. This one, there's already a hole, so that goes to the ants, and then one last one right there. Oops. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, they're about to get this one. All right, so that's our Satsuma harvest. Seto Owari no Miho. Last year that one produced a little bit. All right, and the biggest one, well, the Seto are pretty big too, but the Owari, they're just a lot bigger. All right, so Nagami Kumquat, the sour one, which is weird. It's sweet now. It was really sour at the beginning. All right, this one I can just, the peel don't break. It's like a clean harvest. So I can just harvest this by hand. And you just eat the entire thing. We're just gonna wash these later, get rid of the ants. It's gonna pile out of my tiny basket. The Meiwa Kumquat, they're not ready yet. They'll be ready probably 2 months. Those are a lot more round. They resemble a little bit more of the Calamondin. This one, you can really tell they're Nagami, they're elongated. Been looking for Meiwa Kumquat. I have one and I want to get more, but they're quite rare right now. Even this Nagami, we got this at Bob Wells. Should have bought more than one. They're quite pricey. They used to be quite common before the 2021 freeze. You usually get them from Dawn's Nursery in Irving, Texas. And they were, I think I bought one with fruits already. Now it's about 4 feet tall, about a foot tall when I got it. It's like 30 bucks. If I knew back then, I would have bought all of those. But they did have quite a lot. Now they're so hard to find, especially the Meiwa, which is the sweet kumquat, which this now is a sweet kumquat. I think it's gonna just overflow right here. The ants are all over it because of the they're trying to get all the Satsumas. All right, I come back later to finish all this. Just want to create this video. Oh, that one got yanked a little bit, so. But they do keep their freshness or firmness for a while. Kind of like when you refrigerate lemon, they last there forever. And citrus are the same. They just the tree holds them, and then kind of like if you have lemons, you don't need to harvest all your lemons. Just harvest as you need. All right, I'm gonna stop right here because I'm running out of space, and I'm gonna wash all this to kind of get rid of the ants that are still on the Satsumas that are trying to puncture a hole. This one actually has a hole, so we have to kind of investigate this before just kind of opening it. There might be a bunch in there, but I'll probably just leave this to nature right here. Pretty sure there's quite a bit of ants inside, so that just kind of becomes kind of fertilizer right here. That compost compost over the winter. And that's it. That's our Texas winter citrus harvest.